Are you going through my things again? I don't believe this. I had more respect. I had more privacy in the hospital.
What is this, Victor?
It's mine.
Why did you highlight all the murders in my book?
You must know that I don't normally write in the margins of books. I have much too much respect for them.
Right. You drew pictures of guns and knives and ropes in the margins. You even pasted pictures of the interns right next to their characters' murders. This is practically a reference work.
Come on. You know what's going on here.
No, I don't. Explain it to me.
I've always loved puzzles. That's why I couldn't resist helping Lucy get her money back. I'm trying to help you now. I'm gonna figure out who the killer is.
Well, you're punctual.
Well, I'm anxious to help you find whoever killed Grace and Dr. Devlin.
Is that so? Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You know, Chris, some people seem to think that you strangled Grace Sullivan. Did you?
No, I did not. Grace was my friend, and even if she were my worst enemy, I am not a murderer.
Well, who are you looking for?
You know, I must have the wrong room.
Angela D. Light?
Are you Mr. Spiro?
Call me Harry. Oh, look at you. You're a long, cool sip of water. Are you ready to show me a good time?
You know, with some dates, I have to pretend to be attracted to those dates, but, ooh, with you, I don't have to at all. I can tell by looking at you, you're a real man.
You can?
Mm-hmm. You are practically oozing virility.
Well, they do say that baldness is caused by too much testosterone.
Well, I am a believer just looking at you.
Hot tomato like you? You don't mind that I'm older.
Oh, no, heavens no. You know, all your experience and wisdom, it just makes me feel so safe and secure. It makes me want to drop all my little inhibitions. You know, my old boyfriend, he was in his 50s, too.
50s? I'm going to be 72 next month.
No way.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness, I'm getting flustered. All those years of experience, they make me sort of dizzy. I bet you could show me a thing or two.
Well, I doubt it.
Oh, I feel that jealousy getting to me. All my competition, you must have had so many women. I bet you even dated a few from Enchanted, huh?
Oh, sure, 1 or 2, or 3, or 4. My, you're pretty. Come here so I can kiss you.
Oh, no, now. There's no need to rush. We really do have plenty of time. I bet you ended up being with Eve Lambert, huh? She gets all the good ones.
Who?
Evie? You don't know Evie? You know, kind of a Marilyn Monroe kind of girl with pouty lips, brunette.
No, I don't know her. I like this dress. How do you wiggle out of it?
Oh, you just get up and get 'em, don't you? I like that in a man, but you know, really, I'd rather just savor every moment with you.
Oh, I've got just the thing to get you going. Let's get started, shall we?
What would that be?
Cards.
What do you want me to do with those?
Deal.
Oh!
Little strip poker ought to loosen those buttons.
You said Dr. Devlin gave you $20,000 for a painting.
That's correct.
From all accounts, including yours, Devlin wasn't exactly president of your fan club. Why would he give you 20 grand for anything?
Well, I guess his desire for the painting outweighed any personal animosity toward me.
Where did he first see this painting?
I told him I owned one, you know, just to put him in his place. And not to be outdone, he said he wanted to see it. So he came by and I took a look at it. He offered to buy it. I needed money. I saw a chance to make a big profit, so I sold it.
You come from a modest background. How can you afford $20,000 painting?
Well, you must have heard about my car accident. Just used some of the insurance money to buy it. It wasn't that expensive 4 years ago.
Well, most kids use a windfall like that to have fun, buy a hot car.
Yeah, well, I did that too.
Aren't you a little young to be collecting art?
I'm never too young to make money. I always had an eye for quality. You know, I can go to a yard sale and pick the treasure from the trash every time. You know, comic books at 25 cents a pop can turn out to be original Archies worth hundreds, that sort of thing. I'll hit an estate sale or yard sale whenever possible.
You're quite the entrepreneur.
Well, when you come from a modest background, you learn not to count on anyone to get you where you want to go.
Tell me about Grace Sullivan. How well did you know her?
We were friends, but we didn't socialize much outside the hospital.
Really? Do you have any idea why she would want to speak to Scott Baldwin about you and Eve Lambert?
Well, I have an idea, but it doesn't have any bearing on the case.
Grace seems to think otherwise.
Eve Lambert and I have always sort of had a thing for each other. No, nothing's ever happened because the timing was never right. But the day Grace called Scott, she caught Eve and I kissing. Probably wanted to tell Scott, thought he should know. I guess she might think it peripherally would affect Julie's case because Scott's Julie's attorney.
That hospital. Just a beehive of activity.
And I'll tell you, it's one way to blow off the stress.
I walk into a patient's room, and they shrink back as if they expect me to give them a good stab through the heart with my pen.
Julie, this is not going to last long. I mean, you're going to be vindicated soon. They're going to find the killer.
Well, that can't happen soon enough. Distract me. Tell me about your research.
Well, it's going lousy, actually. DL56, it's showing a lot of promise, but the side effects are terrible.
What are they?
First off, there's dependency. And when we reduce the dosage, some of the subjects go into withdrawal and some of them die.
I'd say that's a major side effect.
Yeah. And the rats that do survive and stay on the drug, they have an increased amount of aggression.
Just what the world needs, Karen, more rage.
My wonder drug might never be safe enough to use on humans. Time for another fix of Karen's drug?
It keeps me alive. I don't have a choice. I have to get some more. I only have 3 vials left.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Lark, did you think about that favor I asked you?
First, you wanted me to stay away from Jake. Then you wanted me to become friends with him, and now you want me to get even closer to him to get the formula?
Jake has tightened security since I lifted the last batch, but you could get him to tell you how he makes it.
I don't want any more trouble.
Oh, great. Now you get an attack of conscience? You have been lying and stealing all your life, but when I need this one little thing, what do I get? Scruples. I love it.
Didn't you want me to learn from my mistakes?
It was your mistake that got me into this mess. I fell off a building to keep you from killing yourself.
I know. And I've told you I'm sorry 100 times. I wish it had never happened. Going on that roof was the worst mistake I have ever made.
If you were really sorry, you would do me this one rotten favor.
If it was anything else, I would do it. I owe you so much. But going after Jake...
I need it, Lark. Do it for me.
This drug is making you crazy. You need help.
I don't need advice from a pot-smoking teenager.
I mean, you know, you can trust Joe. He'll know what to do. He can help you.
No! I am not telling anyone.
Then I will. You are hurting yourself, and I just can't stand around and watch.
No, you tell anyone, and it'll be the last thing that you'll ever do. Do you hear me?